In this video, I'll show you 600K per month creative generation process from start to finish, how to source more ads, test more ads, and be more profitable with your ads. And for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Alex Fedotoff, and in the last 8 years, I've generated over $100 million in revenue with e-commerce brands. And here I'm sharing my experiences, all of my mistakes so you don't make them. And this process will show you how to consistently make winning ads that convert customers and make you a lot of money. And it's the same process we're currently using in our brand that I just showed you that's doing over $600,000 per month with amazing margins, so you can replicate this process for yourself. And if you want my entire 8-page guide on how to create winning creatives, please comment creative below and I'll send it over. Step number 1 in this process is a research. And this is by far the most important part of the whole process. And for me, this process is divided into 3 parts. Number 1 is brand analysis. What is my brand? What is the product? What is the audience? And just deep dive on the offer that I want to have for the audience. And for that, I'm using Amazon a lot. I like to use Amazon because Amazon has a lot of data on different brands. It shows exactly what's selling, how these offers are being sold, what are the reviews people leaving for these products that I'm about to sell. And it gives me a lot of inspiration for different angles that I can use for advertising my product. So for example, if I'm going here, I'm clicking on this product and I'm going to the review section, I have over 12,000 ratings. I probably have like a few thousand of reviews here that I can read. I can understand who's buying these products in the first place. And also what is the difference between, let's say, this product and other products on the market, so that I can see whether I can use the same angles to position my product differently from my competition. So in this particular case, I'm 77 years old and I've been using this ROC moisturizing cream for about 8 months as a daytime moisturizer. As you can see, I don't have a lot of wrinkles, but gravity and age are definitely taking its toll on elasticity of my skin. Let's face it, lady, no facial cream is going to magically remove wrinkles or plump up sagging skin. Now, just look at the language here. The language here is phenomenal. The language here is literally just very precise to that particular demographic that you're talking to. So if I'm a male, right, let's say I'm in my 30s, there's no way that I know how to communicate the problems. I don't know what sagging skin is. I'm blessed to be young for now. And I have no idea how to talk, right? So the only way that you will know how to talk in your ads, in your copy, on your website, is when you do the research and when you truly understand how your target audience is talking about the product, about the problems they're facing. We're literally going through these pages, we're scrolling through all of these reviews, then we are exporting all of these reviews using Helium 10. So Helium 10 is an amazing tool that allows you to pretty much to scrape any of the reviews from any Amazon product and then pull them in a Google Doc or in an Excel sheet and then analyze all of those reviews to find the most common angles people are using to describe their pain, the problem they're solving, and how the product is different from others. Once you install Google Chrome extension for this tool, you'll be able to analyze reviews. And I love this a lot because it allows me to see all of the reviews people left for this product, and also allows me to export all of these reviews so that I can analyze them with ChatGPT or analyze them manually to identify the main angles I can use to sell my product. And so I can export all of the reviews, or I can also export, let's say, only 4 and 5 star reviews, like the most positive reviews, so that I can analyze all of the main things that people are talking about, why they bought this product in the first place. And so now I have 244 out of 522 reviews. I export the table. I have the whole spreadsheet here with all of the main reviews about the product. All of the reviews are populated here with a lot of data that I can use to create angles for my creatives, for my ads, to script my UGC content, and to use it to scale my ads. Another way where you can get data to create new angles, new ads, is from your existing data. If you're already advertising on Facebook, let's say you're spending $10, $20, $50, $100,000 per month or more, you can utilize a tool like Motion. Motion is an amazing app that gives you a lot of insights on why your ads are working. You can see what are the top creatives, what are the top landing pages, what are the top pretty much metrics on all of your main ads. And then you can see which angles have resonated the most with an audience, so that you can create more variations of those angles and you can diversify your ads. The most important thing with Facebook in general is to have a lot of variation. Some people trying to scale with 1, 2, 3, 5 different ads, but it's very inefficient. You need to give Facebook dozens or even hundreds of different variations in order for Facebook to optimize those different variations of creatives, to put it in front of the right people. So don't try to scale with few different ads. Make sure that you have a lot of different ads in a pipeline, and that's how you're able to spend $10, $20, $30, $50,000 per day on ads. Also, we are heavy on analyzing competition. I use this tool called Get Hooked. I absolutely love this tool. It has over 2 million ads and few 100,000 ads that are populated every single day to this particular app. And you can see here, I see ads from different niches. I see ads from different countries. I see ads from, like, you can see here, like different UGC formats, right? And so now this could be a different product that I'm selling right now, but this is still a phenomenal example, how they explain the product, how they show the product, what is the dynamic editing on this particular ad. So maybe that's something that I can replicate for myself. With Get Hooked, you can also download these ads with one click. All you have to do is just click on this download button here. This ad here, for instance, has 33 ads that are using this creative and text. And the best thing about it is that even if this brand stops advertising this specific product, or this specific ad, I can still have it. It's saved in Get Hooked forever. I also can see that they have buy one, get one free, which is very good offer here. I can click on their landing page. I can see kind of like how they're structuring their offer, how they're structuring their pages. I can replicate the whole process in few seconds. With Get Hooked, you also see which ads are winning and also which ads are just getting traction, just being tested. So for example, this one here is winning. It has 10 different ads that are using this creative and text. At the same time, this one is just kind of like getting momentum, scaling up, but this one is a proven winner that I can model. Besides that, I have my own swipe file, so I can save ads directly to my swipe file, and you'll see that my swipe file is tens of thousands of ads. I like to swipe on different brands. This one has 72,000 different ads from different brands, different niches. And I'm sending the best ones to my creative team, to my video editors, to my copywriter, so that we can replicate more of these ads for our own brand. It kind of simplifies process a lot because I don't have to go to ad library. I don't have to find a way to download these ads somehow and save these ads. And if brand stops advertising these ads, it's no problem because they're saved in Get Hooked forever. So step number 2 in this process is angle creation. And this takes anywhere between 1 and 3 days. And my belief is that products don't get saturated, only angles do. And if you skip this step and simply try copying your competition, then you'll most likely resort to angles that have already been saturated in your market. Don't skip this step. You always want to be innovating on new angles that you use to sell your product. With this process, we always like to start with expanding on existing and winning angles. So let's say if I was selling this cream and my winning angle was, let's say, this product is increasing elasticity of the skin and it's for older people. That's probably the angle that I want to use. And probably I want to get some older creators, like 60, 70 years olds. Obviously, there's not a lot of those, so I have to search for them on platforms like Backstage.com. I want to double down on this angle first before I start diversifying and getting into other angles. So number 1, expand on existing winning angles. Then you want to create new angles based on competition and previous data. So let's say you look into competition, they're using a different angle, test it out. So what I like to use is 80% of the ad spend would go to winning ads and winning angles, and then 20% would be allocated for testing new angles, new ads, new variations, new different formats. So you don't spend more money on testing new stuff than you spend on scaling what's already worked. Also, you can try creating fresh original angles that never been tested. So let's say you have like a new angle for a specific skin condition, maybe sagging skin, right? Or like remove wrinkles is pretty kind of generic. So sagging skin is pretty good one, right? It's more precise. My skin looked plumper and more radiant. My pores appeared smaller. That's interesting. Deep hydration, without harsh chemicals or needle. That's a very good one. And eventually want to hire creative strategists to finalize angles and assign script writers. Also, creative strategists would go ahead and do this whole research process, would go to Amazon, would go to forums, would go like everywhere on the internet and find new angles that you can use to sell your product. So creative strategist, one of the most important roles in the business. If you're dependent on Facebook ads, probably one of the first positions that you want to hire for as you expand, let's say from 100K per month, you want to go to 200, 300, 500K per month. That's one of the first roles that you want to hire for. Here I want to share the example of the angle creation. So for example, this product, let's say I just took it as an example, it's a matcha collagen. So in this hypothesis, we'll test the angle of education problem focus, where we will vividly visualize the problem of coffee being a bad source of energy, right? So you find some alternative product that people are currently using, And then you pretty much like, hey, stop using this product, stop using, harsh chemicals or treatments or needles to treat yourself, treat your skin, but instead use something that's more healthy, a better alternative to the product that they're already using. So in this specific scenario, we vividly visualize the problem of coffee being a bad source of energy, how it can cause multiple problems like jitter, bloating, crashing, and how our product in comparison is a much better deal because it not only gives you sustainable energy throughout the day, but also delivers external benefits like anti-aging, healthy skin, healthy nails. And so you can see just on that, I have different ideas for the angles, for the hooks that I could use to pretty much sell this product. I've been a coffee drinker for 10 years. Here is why I quit it. And you can replace this with anything. I've used needles to treat my skin for 10 years. Here's why I quit it. I'm officially breaking up with needles to treat my skin. Here's why. POV, you realize the truth about using needles. And you can use ChatGPT as well to generate these angle ideas as well. So the key here is pretty much to create a problem where there was originally no problem. If coffee drinkers didn't see a problem with coffee, but then you come in and justify why coffee is bad for you, then you have won, right? You have to basically convince people that your solution is better, the alternative solution that people are using is crap. Give them the reason to switch to your solution instead. So throwing stones at coffee means shifting beliefs, also providing value at the same time, like educating them, and that's building trust, and then people buy your product instead. Once we completed this step, we get to scripting, and that takes anywhere between 1 and 4 days. I just put these kind of guidelines in here, 10 to 15 days. So script writers develop creative scripts based on angles, then scripts get reviewed internally, and then scripts get reviewed and approved by the brand team, right? Obviously, this is a process for a bigger team. If you don't have a bigger team, you wouldn't have a lot of these moving parts. Just keep it simple. Review the scripts. If they look to go, send them to video editor, send them to content creators, and get your content rolling. So here's example of the scripting process. Scripting process pretty much baseline text, then you have baseline visuals, and then you have alternative visuals. So instead of just having, let's say, one variation of the ad, like most people just have one variation of the ad, they run that ad until it burns out, and then the business goes down, and they say the product is saturated, e-commerce is that, and they start complaining on forums, right? Maybe not. This is my new cannot live without it item, right? And then baseline visuals. So you have a creator, for example, grabbing product box from outside their door, bringing it inside, opening, showing the product, and bringing it close to the camera. You have another alternative one, which is morning routine clips, like bathroom mirror, making breakfast, serving, kids food and stuff, preparing kids lunch boxes. And the more specific the guidelines here, the better the ad performance usually, right? So you want to be super specific before you send these instructions to your creators, like what exactly is the content you want to see, what exactly is the piece of content that you want to source from them. Maybe besides just the main script that they record, like in front of the camera, I use this product for so much time, and here's what it did to me, and here's my story and stuff like that. Instead of that, or on top of that, you also get the pieces of content, which is called B-roll, where let's say they're using the product in one environment, they're using it in their bathroom, they're using it in their kitchen, they're using it everywhere. You build this library of content that you can utilize to edit ads, right? Like in the future, maybe you won't even have the creator recording the script step by step or back to back, but you'll have the captions, you'll have the whole script outline, you can put captions on screen, you can do voiceovers using 11 Labs or alternative tool, AI voiceover, and this way you can test new variations, new concepts, new angles very fast without sending it to creator, without waiting for them to shoot the content, send it back to you, editing, stuff like that. And by the way, guys, if you want my entire 8-page guide on how to create winning creatives, please comment creative below and I'll send it over to you for free. Once we've done with this step, we go to briefing. So briefing is pretty much baseline visuals are added to the finalized scripts. You create full storyboards and instructions, and those get added to scripts. And then the project manager shares briefs with the production team. Again, more complex process. You don't have to keep it complex. You can keep it very simple. Just cut some of the steps that are not necessary. If you're the one person that's running all of this process, or maybe someone on your team does it, just simplify these steps for you to make sure you're running fast, you're testing stuff fast, and you scale your business fast. Briefing is pretty much you have the hook, you have the scene, you have kind of like different kind of content that populates on every stage. So let's say hook 1, B-roll, right? So it's kind of like just B-roll. No one is talking, just B-roll pieces of content. And then voiceover would say, I've struggled to find a t-shirt that fits my body shape, wide shoulders, dead butt stomach, and a long torso, right? So boom, you have it. And then you have the visuals, footage of you recording yourself, wearing your old t-shirt and showing how bad it fits you, kind of like frustrated emotions, focus on face. And so now, as you have that B-roll, as you have that content, you can utilize it for as many variations of content in the future as well. And then you have some specific notes to the creators, either wear a really tight or really loose t-shirt, right? So then when you're sending instructions to your creators, now you have a very precise requirements for them on what exactly has to be in that B-roll, in that content piece, so that you can utilize it in the future. So after these steps are completed, it's production, days 17 to 20, product team shoots content, and then raw unedited footage is collected through the brief. The footage is reviewed and shared with the video editing team. And here's example of a project with a complete production. Big shout out to Salif Sibane. He runs an amazing agency that produces this content on scale for big brands. And he was kind enough to share these resources. So pretty much the part of the process that we replicated for our business. So you can see how it looks, right? So different pieces of B-roll here, pieces of B-roll like person on the balcony, person in the kitchen, person outside, person in the kitchen with a nice view here, person showing the product, person in the grocery store. So now you have a big library of content that could be repurposed in the future for any videos you want. Then the next step in this process is post-production. And this takes, again, anywhere between 1 and 5 days, depending how fast you move. So video editing team edits the content, first drafts are being reviewed internally and optimized, and final drafts are shared with the media buying team. Final draft is pretty much what you would run as an ad. This is literally ad ready to be scaled on Facebook or not scaled depending on its performance, but this is ready ad, pass to the media buyer, or if that's you, pass to you, you can run it, you can see the metrics, and then either scale it or kill it, analyze it, why it didn't work, adjust for the future, and move on. Step number 7 is the launch process. So again, don't take these numbers as a standard. Could be a lot faster if you're a small team, if you're moving a lot faster, if you don't have a lot of layers of approval on your team. So final drafts are added to creative testing campaigns. So in every ad account that we use, we have creative testing campaign where we're testing these new variations, new angles, new different things so that we can identify what new angles are working. And then those are added to the scaling campaign, those where they start playing with cost caps, bid caps, kind of like trying to scale it as much as we can. At the same time, those can still run in the creative testing campaign. Creative testing campaign, if it's profitable, don't touch it, let it run, let it make you money. But also at the same time, try to scale it with more advanced strategies. So final drafts are added to creative testing campaign. Creative tests run for 3 to 7 days on average so that you evaluate their performance. Then creative test ends, and some ads will succeed and some will fail. So this is a screenshot of the performance of some of the ads. You can see some of them have performed decently, 173x ROAS, and been scaled pretty nicely. And some of them just didn't cut it. Some of them, you can see here, 0.57 ROAS, so not very good performance. 0.94, so could be because of the script, could be because of the editing, could be because of the creator themselves. That this ad didn't perform. Then next step is very important, which is analysis, right? You analyze the data, why it worked, why it didn't. And so ads get analyzed with custom metrics. You want to analyze the cost per click, click-through rate, hold rate, hook rate, all of those metrics that tell you whether the creative is a winner. And so pretty much you want to identify the kind of like the trends, why certain ads are performing and certain ads are not. Is it an angle? Is it an editing? Is it the creator? So identify what things are going wrong so you can adjust those with the next round of testing. So you build a creative performance report and new hypothesis is released. Okay, the hypothesis can be maybe we need to make ads more dynamic. Maybe we need to make more transitions, or maybe we need to add more B-roll into the ad because it kind of looks boring, right? So depending on what hypothesis is, for the next round, you apply it and you see whether that makes a difference. So the most important thing is when you find winners, find why they're winners. Do more of what works and less of what doesn't. What did you do differently? What angle did you use? What type of editing, etc. So you want to identify those trends that make winning and losing ads and double down on winning. And you will win long-term with a data-driven approach. If you constantly iterate, constantly becoming better, even a few percent better every time, you'll build a lot of momentum. Step number 9 in this process is iteration. So budget is increased on winning ads, new concepts get created for winning angles, losers get killed, analyzed, and replaced, and iterations of winning creatives get produced, right? So it's kind of like never-ending feedback loop. It's kind of like a flywheel that you're constantly learning, you're constantly generating new angles, new ideas, and you constantly innovate. So here's example of the analysis, right? Like ad structure, what is the problem? Notes on visuals, right? Like what has to be changed for the future ads? So that feedback is then sent to the video editor so that they can adjust these ads and possibly save them. Maybe with some better editing, those ads could still perform. And so now you want to kind of like give them very precise feedback on what to change. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you watch until this point, please make sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss more tutorials like this. I know it's been quite extensive and very kind of value-packed information pack. So please make sure to subscribe to my channel, comment below for slides and creative. So I send you these documents so you can dial this in-house for your own brand and start scaling up. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.